Hey guys, so this video is just to teach your horse how to lunge without the halter and lead rope and the round pin. This is my Mustang Oakley for the Alabama Tip Mustang makeover. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Oakley is pretty desensitized already to my whip, which is good and can be bad because in the next clip you can see he doesn't want to do anything. He's just kind of waiting, so I had to put a lot of pressure. I had to start whipping like the round pin panels to kind of make noise, and he finally kind of took a few steps. And then I really didn't want him to keep stopping, so I had to get on to him about it, but he didn't do anything, of course. And it's okay to do that. All I'm doing is whipping the ground and not him. And pretty soon I just started to put more pressure onto it. So as you see, he's running and stuff, which is completely fine. All I'm doing is putting pressure. I'm standing behind his shoulders to move him forward. As you can see, this is his place to stop. But all I'm doing is trying to push him forward more. Right now, I'm trying to ask for a draw in. I'm trying to ask him to stop and look at me, which he doesn't know that yet, so it's fine. But all I'm trying to do is make him go in a circle one direction and not stop. So right now I'm asking him to join up, trying to get him to face me like there. That was perfect. And I also have to realize that he's still young, and so I'm trying not to pressure him too much to make him just stop. But that was really good. That was exactly what I'm looking for, is for him to walk to me with his eyes and face me. So now I'm just trying to get him to walk away, trying to make him go the same direction that he was already going and not stop this time. But he likes to just act like he's gonna stop. So he's doing pretty good, just trying to keep him going and not stop at the gate. And he did a pretty good lap, so now I'm trying to draw him in again. And he did it off camera, of course. They always have to do it off camera, but he faced me, gave me eyes, and he licked and chewed. And I just kind of waited. I'm trying to draw him in where I'm trying to make him step towards me, but it didn't really work. So now I'm trying to get him to go again. Same direction, just so he can get the idea. And then I think I go pretty soon, and I ask him to stop again. And he did it off camera, of course. So this is where I start to try to ask him to come in, take steps to me. Like right there, he did it. It was really good. You can see how he's licking and chewing. But I use my fingers as a cue to come to me. So when I'm out in the field and the horse is across from the field, and all I do is put up my fingers, come here, they just start running. Because my horse in the background, he does that all the time. That's how I taught him to come to me. So I always do that with my finger, trying to bring him to me. And you could just see how he kind of gets the idea and he wants to try to do something, but he just is no. So I send him out again by his shoulder. I take my whip by his shoulder, and I kind of I don't tap him really. I don't do any of that. I just put a lot of pressure, energy into it. As he tried to go through the gate. I normally don't appreciate when horses turn their hind end towards me trying to turn, but he doesn't know that yet, so we're going to work on it and he'll get better at it. But I don't like it at all. I want my horse to face me to turn. Then he showed a little attitude, so all I did was just kind of get onto him a little bit. I didn't run at him and whatever, because he doesn't know the difference. So I just made him run a little bit more. And then I tried to ask him to join up, but he faced away to me, so I just asked him to move out a little more, then tried it again. And about right in a minute, he looked at me, and I called it quits. So the second video is the same day, probably about 20 minutes later. We tried it again and he listened really well. So here I am pointing, and then I'm asking with my whip, kind of trying to direct him that way. So he didn't want to go, so I just still asked him. So I'm still putting pressure, still walking behind his shoulder to drive him forward. He's a little more relaxed now. And then I go to ask for a join up, draw in, and he did it perfectly. And then he started to walk towards me, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Then I ask again. I point and I ask, but of course he still doesn't know the difference, so we're still working on it, but he did pretty good. Just asking him to keep going one direction until I ask him to stop. And then I ask again. And he took a little bit to get it, but he started to walk towards me. And I thought that was really good for him so far, only working on it for like 20 minutes. And I do the same thing just in the last clip where I use my fingers to kind of draw him in so he gets the idea. I just wanted him to take like 2 more steps, but he didn't, so it was okay. Then we asked to go the other direction, and he did really well. So he didn't. He tried to switch directions, and I didn't like that, so I just asked him to go the same way again. Tried to correct him. I tried to get a draw in, and it was something. But once again, he tried to go his own direction, so I just like, alright, go ahead. Go your direction, but now you're going to run a little more. Then I tried it one more time. And it worked. I hope this helped with trying to get a join up and a draw and how to put pressure to start lunging. It's definitely a difficult one to try to teach, but it all comes around. It just takes some time. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.